Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Palmist. Let's do a very general analysis of this person's palm. Before we do, please hit that like button, share button, and share it with your family, your friends, so it reaches a lot of people. And if you want to get your palm analyzed, do WhatsApp us, it's in the description box. Now, what do you see in this person's palm? Okay, I'm going to discuss this. Now, look at this person's lifeline. Okay, there's one starting like this. Do you see that? It comes down, it goes in, and if you see here, there is a cut here. It's a break. Okay, and then it continues. Now, also, if you see here, there is a sign like this here, and with disturbed signs here, which means this person will go through a lot of depression, will suffer from depression over anything and everything will upset this person, and they will go through a lot. Why? Because you see here, there is a continuity here. The first half of this person's life is going to be filled with a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, depression, things like that. And as he gets older, once he starts touching about 44, 45 onwards, things starts getting a bit better, and they will start doing well here, which is a very positive sign. Now, if you see here, there are luxury lines here, but there's also a lot of stress, which I already mentioned earlier, because of the mind line. And there is a lot of Rahu line, but very few are cutting the fate line off. You see this? Very few are cutting the fate line. There's one or two. Okay, there's one big one here which is going across. You see this? All this means obstacles. Now, if you look at this person's fate line, okay, the fate line starts off from here, it stops here. You see that? And there is a mystic X cross here, which is a very good sign. And this is a part of the fate line. Okay, and then what happens is once it touches the heart line, if you see here, it's completely chaotic. The upper part here, you see this part here, it's completely chaotic. Now, what does this mean? Now, what happens is this person's fate line is not very strong. Why? Because it's too many cuts here. Okay, now this is what I try to tell people, that when you have a weak fate line, but you have a very strong business line. Often people get confused on how to proceed like this, But if you see here, there are multiple fate lines which are trying to grow, but they fall short, And after a certain age, when it starts picking up, there's a lot of cuts. You see this? There's a lot of cuts. Now, what does this all mean? What this means is, there will be an urge to do business for this person. This person will want to he'll want to dip his hands in doing business more than job. But I don't suggest this person should do business. Even if they do business, it should be like, somebody should handle the finances. They should not handle the finances. Why? Because if they do, they'll make a lot of poor decisions. Financial loss decisions they'll make. Getting excited and doing it, and then what happens is they'll regret it later. That is one. Second thing is, they will not be able to think straight. When money comes in, what happens is a person should focus on creativity. This person will be good in very creative thinking and things like that. So that they should only focus on that, on operations and things like that, and not in finances. Because if they do, again, financial losses will happen in this person's life. Now, what happens is, if you see the fate line, too many obstacles. Well, the business line is okay. Okay? But what happens is, once it crosses the heart line, if you see here, instead of lines going up like this, if you see in this person's life, the lines are cutting across like this. And you see the amount of X marks this person has. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, too many, and there's one big one here. All this indicates severe financial losses, and also because of that, there will be deformation. You see this part here? All this is not a good sign, guys. And lines cutting across like this is never a good sign. Lines in your palm should always be up. From this point to this point, you should always go up, not cut across. The only place where it can cut across like this is two areas. One is your luxury lines, which goes up like this, lines like this, and your moon mount here. When the line goes up like this indicates a lot of foreign travel, domestic travel, all that. Anywhere else, if you see lines cutting across like this, even in your fingers, is not considered. This is considered very, very unlucky. Only in certain areas. While standing lines, anywhere standing lines like this, is always considered to be very lucky. Okay. Also, your marriage is not very good. There will be more than one marriage, or even maybe even more than three marriages, and all three will not be. The second one is okay, but if you see here, the first one comes down. The second one is quite straight, but the third one will have problems. You see, it comes down like this. So there will be on and off on marriages. Too many ups and downs in marriages will be there. The second one will be stable, but I don't think it will last either. And then the third one will go all the way down. Now, also if you see here, there is a mole here. Now, having a mole on top here is unnecessary jabbing, talking, nonsensical things, which doesn't make sense. You know, some people just keep want to talk, and some people get irritated. This is the kind of habit this person will have, which he needs to control. Otherwise, this will lead to severe problems in this person's life. Unnecessary talking. People will just want to move away from you. Okay, so this is something which is not a good sign. There is signs of old age income, some sort of investment, because if you see here, there's massive triangles here, which means this person will invest a lot in real estate, which will probably pay off by rentals and things like that. I don't know, some sort of investment is there, which will pay off. Also, if you see here, guys, there's too many gaps here, which means money will never stay in this person's hand. Never. The minute it comes, he has to either give it to somebody to manage his partner, his wife, or his business partner, whoever that is. He should give it to them, because this will lead to severe problems. Okay, the money will come, and it's like holding water in a sieve. You cannot. Money will just flow through this person's hands. So this is not a good sign. Often when people have signs like this, there are a lot of remedies that you can do to close this. Otherwise, what will happen is money will just not stay. It will just go away. First, you get money, seventh you're over, or eighth you're over, or 10th you're over. By the next 20 days, you'll be struggling. So this is not a good sign at all. Also, if you see lines from here are going up, means there will be problems with the kids. The relationship with the kids will not be that good. And the children will take revenge when this person goes old. So this again is another negative line here. So overall, I would say when you have a weak fate line and you have a strong business line, it's always, if you have that urge, there'll be that inner urge to do business. If you have that, okay, there's nothing, nobody can stop you. But I suggest that you go with a partner who has good finances and good fate line. Okay, and that person should also be compatible with partnership. What happens is a lot of people want to go into partnership. So what they do is they get their palm checked, but they don't get their partner's palm checked, because you might have partnership, but the other person will be solo. He will not have partnership lines in his palm. Then what happens is conflicts will happen. Then business will fall apart. The partnership will fall apart. All those things, nightmares will start in your life. So it's always good to get things checked before you start something. I hope this helps. Please subscribe. And if you want to get your palm analyzed, do WhatsApp us. It's in the description box. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Bye-bye.